I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory. My final 6 games, I want to say. I think I played 6 last night and got to 14. Obviously comfortably, sure, but not within time comfortably. Finished at 5 a.m. Because I had to review Adderese before I did it. So I played a lot of games in one session last night. There was, I say a lot of games, maybe 12. That's not actually that many in one go, but either way, having to go from reviewing a card that won't move to then playing champs, to be honest, it kind of helped me a little bit because it made me appreciate how good the likes of Sancho, Ings, Kamada and all the rest of them are, because they actually move when you tell them to. Speaking of moving, his goalkeeper moved out of the way there and he gave me the win in the first half. I think I managed 2 rage quits of the 6, lost 1, won 5, and yesterday's session of course won 5 in a row as well. So did quite well. I've learned over the last 2 weeks that playing on a Friday is a terrible idea. The gameplay isn't the best, and for whatever reason, I don't do well on a Friday. I finished 4 and 4 this Friday just gone. One of them was a disconnect, but still, it's a defeat, and we have to take it as such. And then last week we started 2 and 3, so played a lot less last week. Learned my lesson. Not learned my lesson. I stopped because I was not playing well, and I was coming up against people who were just battering me left, right and centre. So I thought, well, I'll leave that alone. This week, didn't learn my lesson and then played 8 games instead of 5 and managed to lose half of them. So next week, it depends what's in rewards, of course. I know there's the new promo coming out on Wednesday, which I'm a little bit excited for, but at the same time, very apprehensive. And I can feel a big rage coming on. So from what I've seen of this new promo, they are going to resurrect old cards. So for example, Footmas Mendy is being mentioned as a objective card, but they're going to bring him out as a 93 rated objective card, which sounds great. But if you have the Footmas card that was released originally, you can go and complete the objective straight away. If you don't, then you have to go and unlock the 85, I think it is. Then you can go and unlock the 93. That's not a big deal. But what is a big deal is if they turn around and say, look, here's an SBC for a player. Look at the state of this, by the way. Look at what is my goalkeeper doing here? Just smother it, mate. Because I have control, I can't smother the ball, so I literally have to hope that I can kick it clear. He does nothing, we concede. There is another piece of goalkeeping trash in this game. Thing is, it's not the goalkeeper's fault, it's the game, and I can't blame Oblak for what the game is doing to him. And it's coming up right here, actually. So with 4-2, this guy just wants to sprint. So all he's doing is sprinting. He's not playing like a normal person. But look at my goalkeeper. What is that for positioning? Let's have another look at it, shall we? What is he doing? I'm not controlling him, by the way. He's now so far over to the left, he's not covering the goal. Like, there is absolutely none of the goal being covered. St. Maximum's looking at that thinking, what's going on? Is this a trick? Am I being fooled? No, the goalkeeper's just an idiot. I have no idea why he came over. It's like I was moving the keeper and I was like looking at another screen or something. No, I was looking at the right screen, wasn't moving the keeper. Absolute joke. That type of thing makes me feel like the game does it on purpose just to get him back in the game. That's a banger from David Silva. We do end up winning this game, but that's not the point. I can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, the thing that's going to annoy me is if they bring out an SBC for a player that I've completed, like, for example, Theo Walcott. If they bring out a 95 flashback Theo Walcott available as an SBC, and they say you need the original flashback Theo Walcott to make him cheaper, I'm going to be livid, because I've just given up those cards in SBCs, because not once ever in the history of FIFA have we needed those cards to further on in the game, other than just using them for SBCs or playing with them, right? They don't say keep hold of them because you can use them to upgrade in the future like they do with like the milestones and Politano. So if that happens, I am going to make a 10-minute video where I'm literally screaming. Mark my words. Get More UK says, get Wan-Bissaka team of the season for Gomez. Love the vids. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I got Oblak and Benzema in my ultimate packs. I mean, that's not bad, to be fair. I mean, you could have got a lot worse, right? You could have got Sommer, like some people did, me. Or say, for instance, you got Sommer instead of Oblak, and then, for example, you got, I don't know who, maybe Henderson instead of Benzema. There's probably worse players out there. Immobile. Oh, imagine if you got Immobile. That would have been awful. Get rid of Saul, Reguilon, Modric, Kamada, and Gomez, and get in. See, I've already given up on this because that's far too many people to get rid of. Modric is a brand new player for us. He hasn't played that often. Reguilon is the best left back I can get until we get that 93 Mendy, which will come out in objectives hopefully on Wednesday. And Kamada is one of the best players in the game. Don't care what anyone says. I love Kamada. He's so good. He will be replaced by Mertens, but he will get on as a sub quite often. He says get Manolas, get a Serie A left back, just any Serie A left. It doesn't matter, just any Serie A left back. Allen, Mertens, and Smalling. I don't actually like Smalling, and then replace Oblak with Szczesny. Everything's on full chem too. It makes it sound so easy. That would be quite expensive of a change, really, wouldn't it? I mean, I want to get Mertens anyway. Having used Axel Witsel for the whole weekend, or the majority of the weekend, I have decided that I don't want Allen anymore because Axel Witsel is actually mental. He's so good. This, by the way, was the best performance, not just defensive performance, but the best performance I have ever given in any FIFA. I controlled the game without the ball, and when I had the ball, I used it to my advantage, pounced. Maybe I got a little bit of luck here or there, but generally felt like I played some fantastic FIFA in this game. And see, I got a bit of luck there. That's where the luck comes in, and we managed to turn with Ings, and of course Ings from there isn't going to miss. But my opponent was a very good opponent. He held the ball fantastically well, but I just felt in control. Even when he had it, I felt good. Brought Kante on to make sure that we kept that 2-0 lead, and we did, and in fact we made it 3 when Nani broke down the left and played a dodgy ball into the middle towards Sancho. Luckily, we got away with it. Like I said, you do need a bit of luck here or there. Even in your best performances, you need a bit of luck. I actually went to the corner to hold the ball there, and the opportunity presented itself to go into the box. And then that happens a lot, right? My attackers peel away and they hang around at the edge of the penalty area, and whoever goes around the outside to try and get to the byline can then stop and just play a simple ball back to the edge, and they've taken out like 3 or 4 defenders. I'm going to do that more often. In fact, I think I do it in the next game, which is the game that takes us to goal 3, incidentally, against a guy who's like got a lot of red picks, but using a lone Gerrard and that Silver at right back he replaced straight away. Can't remember who he replaced him with, but obviously he just wanted the Kem to Soyuncu. There goes Sancho doing what Sancho does. Right-footed finish, back of the net. The guy is absolutely insane. I love Sancho. I'm so glad we got him in the Ultimate Pack. Go for Rio at the back. You can afford his prime. If not, his mid should be cheap enough. Yeah, a lot of people mentioning, Harry mentioned it, and of course Jay Fletcher mentioned it, and Dylan Berry, mentioning Manolas. I love Manolas, and I would like to get him in the team, but he's not worth changing the entire back and mid for. You know, it's just not worth it at all, because you've said get rid of Saul, Reguilon, Modric, Kamada, and Gomez, but then that means that Hazard is not going to be on full chem. If I get rid of all of the Spanish league players but leave Hazard there, he won't be on full chem. He'll get a soft link to Witsel, but he won't be on full chem. It's like I said, I just don't want to switch everyone out. I'm happy with the team the way it is, just a small tweak here or there. The thing about this 93 Mendy that we could be potentially getting in objectives on Wednesday is that if I do get him, that links Militao into the team. Now, granted, it does mean that we're going to have some sort of issue at the back in terms of a goalkeeper, because I don't have a Real Madrid goalkeeper that I can put in. I know I could go buy Courtois, but who wants Courtois? So I'm going to either have to get a German centre-back to go alongside Militao, or a Atletico Madrid, or someone who links in that sense. But Mendy would then give chemistry to Modric, who gives chemistry to Militao. So actually, I could use De Gea and get a Man United defender, but none of them are very good, are they? Maguire's not good enough. I don't know what to do, but either way, it opens up even more possibilities. And I say possibilities, I kind of mean more sort of, it opens up more not options, decisions, I guess. I have something tickling my ankle. It was nothing, there's nothing there. So if I mean, I don't know if that Mendy is a thing, right? That Mendy might not be a thing, it might not exist. But apparently it's from a credible source that we can expect a 93 objective Mendy. Now, that's a big objective. That's the biggest objective I think they've ever given. And Mendy is overpowered. We all know that. So that would be a bit surprising. However, not impossible. Especially if EA have taken everything on board in terms of criticism. It is definitely a possibility, right? So if he went in there instead of Reguilon, and then I got rid of Saul, who, by the way, did a fantastic job all weekend. Didn't really put a foot wrong. Not once did I concede a goal and go, Saul's the problem there. He did particularly well. Gomez, on the other hand, Gomez was a little bit sluggish, and I think that's to be expected now. We're late in the game, and that card just isn't good enough. For as meta as he is, and for as well as he fits this game, he isn't good enough, so he does need replacing. That, to be honest, as well as Mertens coming in here instead of Kamada, who will drop to the bench and come on as one of the greatest super subs in the history of FIFA. Look at the state of that. Most of that is champs. 74 goals, 27 assists, 76 games played. The majority of it in champs, and a lot of them as a super sub, because for the first half of, or rather for the first 8 games of this weekend, he wasn't in the starting 11, and he kept coming on as a sub to replace, I can't remember what the team looked like at the start of the weekend, but Kamada was coming on to replace someone. I think it was Politano. And then, no, Nani came on for Politano. I think he was replacing Hazard. And then we would move Kamada into the middle. Sometimes he'd come on for Ings. But either way, he's done really well. And Ings as well. Ings is an absolute goal machine. Both of those together in the same team. I can't switch between them. Yeah, both of those together in the same team, absolutely incredible. They score so many goals. Sancho's done all right for us as well, by the way. 14 goals, 9 assists in 12 games. All games in Weekend League, so very happy with that. Wait, no, all games can't have been in Weekend League because I didn't play 12. Maybe I went into a Rivals game with him then. Did I review him on this account? I think I did, you know. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Because I've got him on both. So I must have played Rivals games with him as well. Either way, that's a good record. But like I said, Militao could come in here. Mendy could come in at left back. That's a nice triangle of links there, which means we don't need a link into the keeper at all. So if we were, for example, to go into De Gea, if we could get, I think whoever the goalkeeper is may end up being off-chem, unfortunately. And I don't really have a way to fix that. I have 3 world-class goalkeepers. Oblak, team of the season, Ter Stegen, team of the season, and 90 De Gea. And a lot of you might be thinking 90 De Gea is not good enough. He's fantastic. I do really like him. Not in real life, but in FIFA. But unfortunately, they are goalkeepers. Ter Stegen's got the best link options there, but they are very obscure for the type of defenders you can get. You know, like you can't get I can't get a good defender that links into any one of them that then links into Ings and Trent. So it's going to be very difficult. We'll see what happens. I do want to complete Mertens to pop in here, though. The problem is I'm reluctant to give up certain cards. So, for example, this Kent, I'm not going to give him up because he's only 84 rated. It wouldn't make an awful lot of sense. But there is a very distinct possibility that they could bring out a Kent SBC and say, if you have the 84 Kent, you can put him in and submit this card into the squad to make it cheaper. If you don't have it, we're going to charge you an extra 100,000 coins. There's every chance that they could do that. So if they do, A, 10-minute screaming video, but B, I don't really want to give up anyone else that could potentially have come from an SBC. So McGeady came from an SBC, Kent came from an SBC, De Gea was an SBC, although, which is really weird, he has had 2 SBCs, I think, because he had this one. I think this was an SBC, right, because it was cheap enough. Then they brought out that Player Moments SBC. So it'd be interesting to see if they do anything with De Gea. Who else was an SBC? None of them on that side of things. Modric has only just come out. I doubt they'll do anything with him. Gomez was an SBC, a rather expensive SBC as well, I might add. But he has a team of the season, so will they do anything with him? Probably not. And any of the other ones that have just come out, like Kamada's recent, so I can't imagine they'll do anything with him. Witzel's recent as well as Ings. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, this team could go several directions now. I'm very happy with Witzel, don't need to change him. Don't want to change Sancho. I don't really want to change Ings. Sometimes he feels quite chunky, and I'm feeling like, oh, if I had a more agile player here, maybe I could have got away with it, but that record speaks for itself. Like, there's no point switching him. What player am I going to get that fits in the team that's going to get a better goal ratio than that? And then, of course, Trent as well. He's not going anywhere. Modric won't go anywhere. Hazard is one of those I'd like to replace. I know it sounds a bit stupid because he is a 92, but he just doesn't have that spark that the likes of Sancho or even Ings, Kamada, and even Kent off the bench has that spark that Hazard just doesn't have. Nani has it as well. Nani will always replace Hazard at half-time, every single time without fail. And that's not a particularly good record, but he just feels so much better to use when he comes on. So I kind of want to replace Hazard, but it's going to be difficult to do that because the only logical upgrade to that Hazard is to go and get the SBC Hazard that is available right now. Now, I haven't looked at the price of this, and it's not something that I've decided on doing. I haven't completed Mertens yet because I've had too much to do with games and such, but I do want to have a look at this. So 6 segments. Can't imagine I'm going to do this. I really can't. Yeah, there's no chance. So an 89 rated team, and it's an untradeable pack as well. Untradeable pack for 2 89 rated teams. I'm not doing it. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but I'm for a 3 overall upgrade. Yeah, fair enough. It might sort of give me the spark, but I just feel like there are better team of the season cards out there for far less money than that Hazard card. I don't know who. Maybe an icon. We'll have to wait and see what happens with red picks. We'll have to wait and see what happens with these new cards. If they bring out something that can fit that team. Because if they do bring out that Mendy and we get Militao, we won't need chemistry to Modric or the centre-back or the left-back. They have their own little triangle. They give chemistry to each other, which means we can put a Dortmund player here. We can put a whatever. We can switch the team around a little bit and try and make that work. Do you know what? No, I'm not. I was going to say I'm actually tempted to do that and then put Kostic back in there, but I'm not. I'm not that desperate to get rid of Hazard. I don't know. We'll see. There are options. In terms of this Mertens, though, I definitely want to get him done. I don't know if like I said, I don't think I did any more because I had to do reviews and play games and such. But I am very interested to see what Wednesday brings because I know there's an awful lot of talk about these type. What are they like? The academy style objective they're being called. So you unlock one card, use that card to unlock the next, and you use that to unlock the next. And there's an awful lot of that knocking about, and people think that that's a good thing. I mean, it does kind of give you an element of, right, well, I've got that milestone, need to get to the next one, and it's good, but you are doing an awful lot more work for a card that you would normally have 4 or 5 objectives to complete, rather than the 8 or 9 that you'll have to complete with this academy style. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. I like the idea of like a milestone, whereby it says, like, the milestone will come out and say, score 100 goals with Wilfried Zaha, right? Any version, doesn't matter which one, just score 100 goals with Wilfried Zaha and you will unlock a 88 Wilfried Zaha. And then the milestone underneath unlocks and it says score 100 goals with the 88 and you'll unlock a 92. And that type of thing interests me greatly, but when they bring out like an 82 Osimhen and they say, you know, score 3 goals with his weak foot or get 3 assists or do this, do that, and then all you're doing is getting an 84 and then you get an 86 and then the top card is an 88. I know that was back when, but you're set to a time as well. I don't like that either. I like the fact that, like, milestones, for example, now I've completed them all, so it's, you know, I'm done, but I like that you could go into a game, not win it, but still knock off the Italian ones in particular. Because did you need to win them in the other games? I can't remember. I think you needed to win them, didn't you? But either way, with the Italian one, it was just score a goal with a player from Torino. And that would knock off one of the 3 requirements of goals. I like that sort of thing. That's good because you can work towards it over time. Doesn't matter if you win the game or not. With these academy-style ones, you are under pressure to score with a weak foot, and you have 7 days to do it, and you need to win the game. I don't mind that sort of thing. Put that in the game as well, but give us those milestones that are score this amount of goals, get that many assists, win this amount of games, get this many clean sheets. Because it would, I mean, maybe the clean sheets would implore maybe one drop back even more, and I don't think you'd want to encourage that, but scoring goals would get people moving again, wouldn't it? Score 100 goals, people would be bombing forward. In that one game that finished 7-4, my opponent just kept sprinting at me. He wasn't doing what normal people would do and try and sort of pass round or get to the byline or whatever it may be. He was quite literally trying to run through me with Mane, and for the most part it worked. And the reason it worked is because I didn't really have an answer for it. I wasn't anticipating what he was doing because he was just sprinting. And then what I had to do is, because I couldn't stop him going through, I had to just go 4-1-2-1-2 and just overload and just try and get as many goals as I could. That game was so fun. It was frustrating, and the 2 goals that he scored were very questionable. I don't think they should have been goals, but it was probably the most fun game in terms of open scoring, no normal meta nonsense. It was just who can score the most goals, don't care how many I concede. That was fun, but you don't get that very often in FIFA at all, not these days. I will 100% have this done by the next episode. I don't think there will be an episode tomorrow, but there will be one. I want to say there's going to be one the day after, but that is Wednesday, and I normally tend to do these in the day, so I don't know when the next episode will be. But the next time we'll talk to each other, we will have a better understanding of what these cards may be. They may even be out. I will have Mertens in the team, and we will go from there. Let me know where you finished in Weekend League. My record, by the way, was 14-6, I want to say. I think I lost one. Was it 14-5? It doesn't matter which. 14-5, 14-6. It was one or the other. It doesn't really matter which one it was. We hit the 14. Honestly, if I had more time, I'd love to know where I could finish. I genuinely think Gold 1 would be the standard this season or this year. I'm thinking with a following wind, you know, and the right pitch conditions, we may have been challenging for Elite 3 once or twice, but I don't know. Next year, I'm going to go for it, though. I'm going to try and hit an Elite 3. That's going to be the goal of the series, I think, next season, to try and finish Elite. And if we do it, then I want to try and consistently do it, you know? But we'll see. Like I said, let me know where you finished in Weekend League and whether you're going to continue playing on, whether it depends on what they drop or not. And, of course, if you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.